So a few months ago, Jim from the Nicest Knives channel wanted us to do a video on the Boker plus Bushcraft knife, and I've been putting it off a little bit because I really wanted to get to the woods and actually do like a review in the woods with it. I didn't really want to do like a desktop or tabletop sort of video, but yeah, I'm self-employed now, so finding time to go to the woods is really hard, and pitch black outside now, so I can't really do it in the garden or anything. So figured I might as well do it now because I'm not going to know when I'm going to do it in the future. If that makes any sense, I don't know. My brain keeps on farting. Anyway, here's the knife. And there's tons of reviews on this anyway. I'm not really going to do a review, I'm just going to do my experience sort of video with this knife. I've had it for about 3 or 4 years now, I think. Used it a lot. The sheath started to loosen up quite a bit, so I was afraid in case I'd lose the knife, so I just took a bit of paracord and I put a twist in there and then put it over the butt of the knife, and it'll stop the cutting edge from getting exposed, and it's not going anywhere. So it's just what I did. But yeah, it's an okay leather sheath. It's pretty much the exact same as all of the other Bushcraft style Bushcraft knife sheaths, like the Spyderco one and the Ramirez one. But yeah, I picked this one because I really wanted the Ramirez Bushcraft knife for Woodlaw, but that's like £500, and I think you can't get it anymore because the guy who makes them he's so backdated, he's stopped making them. Or he's still making them, but there's like a 7 or 8 year waiting list or something like that, I can't remember. Anyway, but as far as the sheath goes, like I say, pretty much identical to the Ramirez and the Spyderco one. Good and thick, about 7 or 8mm thick. 6mm thick. And that's pretty much a sheath. Leather, stuck a little tube on there for a ferrocerium rod. Belt loop's okay. Fits on all of the belts I've got. And I like to wear the Top Sierra belt, for those who don't know. So it fits that fine, it'll fit pretty much any belt. But the knife itself, bog standard, looks a lot like the Ramirez one. It's pretty much just a copy of the Ramirez one, really. Boker Plus 440 stay, with a black micarta handle. 2 stainless steel pins holding it together with a brass, very thin brass lanyard hole. They must have used about 1mm thick brass tube for that. The grind, I've had to do a lot to try and change the grind on this. A lot of file work. Haven't really polished it or made it look like a mirror polish along the edge, because it is a beater knife and it's going to get scratched anyway, so I don't see any real point in mirror polishing it. But when I first got it, it had an edge like this, so it was pretty much dull, rounded, couldn't really do anything. Filed it so it now looks like this. So it's more like a Scandi grind. I don't know if you'll be able to see. As good as the camera is, it's not good enough. I really need to get an HD camera. But this one's perfectly fine for what I want anyway. But anyway, overall length of the knife is exactly 4 inches. Well, not the overall length, but the blade length, exactly 4 inches. And the overall length is 8.5. Blade thickness, I think this actually tapers down. So it's 4mm there. I tell a lie, it doesn't taper down. It's 4mm right to, helps if it's in camera, there. And then it tapers off to the tip. That's pretty much it really as far as the knife goes. quite heavy. Don't have any scale, so I can't really weigh it. But it's good and chunky in the hand. It's taken a beating. It survived beating, but it is real thick, so I think there's a serial number right there. And that's pretty much the knife, really. All the markings on it, pretty much the knife. That's all I can really say on it. As far as the experience with it goes, it's been perfectly fine. I've really liked it. If you can't afford the Ramiers version, then get this. If you can't afford the Spyderco version, then get this. This is £49, I think. They've come up with a newer version of this. So I've had this one a while now. But the newer version does have a proper Scandi grind on it. And I think the grind comes all the way up. So I don't know though, I've got no real desire to buy that knife. This one's perfectly fine for me. Works. I haven't sharpened it, and I've been using it since the last time I used it, but it's... yeah, it's not razor sharp. Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. There you go. So the cut's jagged. So I'll have to sharpen it again. But yeah. That's pretty much the knife. That's all I can really say on it. Black mica scales, 440 stainless steel. Average sort of plain Jane. Leather sheath. It's sort of got a drainage hole right there. But I'm not sure if it was meant as a drainage hole or if they just didn't put the leather all the way up to there and it left a little hole. So it's not a very neat hole, so yeah. It's also got a lanyard hole right there. And yeah. Sheath's double stitched. Single stitched on the belt loop. But it's got two stainless steel or metal rivets. Or poppers, or whatever the hell they are. They're not poppers, but you know what I mean. Holding it in as well. And that's pretty much the knife. That's all I can really say on it. I'm sorry it took us so long. I really wanted to do a better video, but couldn't get to the woods. So yeah, that's the Boker Plus Bushcraft knife. Thanks for watching and goodbye. I know the video sucked, but is what it is.